Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Ellis. Did a blog today, a text blog, on what's called post-starvation obesity. And that is the tendency for most people to regain all the weight that they lost when they follow a diet. Now, most dieters for the last 50 years have followed the low-fat diet because that's been the recommended way to do it. Reduce your calories and eat low-fat because the argument is that fat makes you fat, which is not true. Anyway, from a body weight loss perspective, if you're in the mid-range of body weight, you're going to lose about 25% of your weight as something we call lean body mass. That's organs and muscles. The muscles would be the larger part of it. And then 75% of the weight loss will be actual fat tissue. Now, the body doesn't want to move away from the weight it's at, so the tendency will be to regain the weight. And the body wants to put the weight back on that it lost. Now, if you follow a low-fat diet, you follow the low-fat diet to lose, and now you're still on a low-fat diet, and you're eating more normally, you've increased your calorie intake, that fat's going to get converted to body fat. I'm sorry, the carbohydrates will get converted to body fat. And your blood will clear of fuel, and you'll get hunger. You get ravenously hungry. Now, all the enzymes in your tissues don't want you to lose weight either. So they get all revved up to grab up on any kind of circulating carbohydrates to turn them into fat. This is a process called lipogenesis, the conversion of carbohydrate into fat. So if you're still following the low-fat diet, that's typically high in carbohydrates, the body is now going to do that. You're going to be hungry, and you're going to eat, typically because most people believe that when they're hungry, they should be able to eat, because that's a signal from the body telling them that. But what actually happens is this process called post-starvation obesity. You get ravenously hungry. It's called hyperphagia, and you eat, and you keep eating. Now, when does this turn off? Well, it takes a while if you're eating a high carbohydrate diet, but it's really dictated by how well the body regains its tissue loss. So you're going to regain the tissues in approximately the same order in which you lost it. 75% of your weight regain will be fat, and 25% will be lean body mass. But what happens is that you increase to the previous weight levels in lean body mass slower than you do in fat mass. So the fat mass increases, but the lean body mass lags behind. So while the lean body mass now is increasing, the fat mass overshoots its previous mark because the body wants to replete both levels of tissue. It wants the muscles and lean body mass back, and wants fat mass back. But fat mass will move faster than will lean body mass. So you actually overspike your previous fat level by as much as 50%. And then finally, when the lean body mass gets back to where it should be, the hyperphagia, or the ravenous overeating, will actually turn off. Now, you can shortcut this. You can make this thing stop or not even occur if you follow a low-carb diet, because now you're not going to be converting the carbohydrates into fat. And there's no reason for you to be hungry because you'll have fat in your blood. And you'll burn that as your primary source of fuel. So that's the way to short-circuit post-starvation obesity. You got to do a low-carb diet or you're done for. There's no chance of winning in that game because hunger will always win. So that's what you want to do to avoid post-starvation obesity. And this is what most people suffer from, particularly those who follow the low-fat, calorie-reduced diet. So you're just hungry all the time. And it's very, very challenging. So that's the tip on how to lose weight properly and use the right diet composition to avoid these negative things from occurring. I'm Dr. Greg Ellis.